It's 6:30. I'm gonna call our meeting to order. Are you secretary tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Looks like you don't.
I'm going to act as secretary here. Just bear with me. So, roll call. It looks like we have
Everybody.
100%.
Good enough.
So, Chairman, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, budget amendments for 25-26, start with Fund 101, and Heather, I'm gonna let you talk to us about it.
All right. Pages 1. This is line item transfers only, so I'll just go through them briefly. If there's any questions, please stop me. First one's mayor's office, was transferring $3,500 from water, sewer, into electricity, utility bill there. County budgeting, just moving a little bit of money from Social Security, Medicare, travel to cover increase in health insurance costs. Property assessor, moving money from health insurance to communication line item and equipment. County clerk, just moving money from supplies into equipment and medical services. The chancery, moving money from insurance into communication and dues. And the last one on that page is moving money from jury and witness fees into office equipment. Questions about that?
Any questions on page 1? Then continue.
Page 2, so same thing here. We're doing line item transfers. First one is juvenile court. Just moving money from the tax benefits, maintenance, repair, buildings, travel, into cover insurance costs for communication, in-service training, staff development. The next one, the jail, same thing. We're just moving money from maintenance, repair, travel, and service, and propane into, they need more money in unemployment benefits, maintenance, repair vehicles, medical supplies, prisoner clothing. The third one on the thing is the EMA, moving money from maintenance, repair vehicles and supplies into equipment and propane. And last one is our medical center. That is moving money from service, rentals, other charges into furniture, fixture, and medical supplies.
Questions on page 2? Hearing none, move on.
And third one, and these are more line item transfers than normal, simply because we're getting closer to year end and it's easier for us to maintain budget when we can see exactly where all line items are. But the first one here is EMS, moving money in from maintenance, repair vehicles, supplies, furniture, fixtures into food supplies, uniforms, and maintenance, repair building. The next one is moving money from the county buildings into the senior citizen line item directly. That was an audit issue that we want to make sure we're clearly being transparent on where it is. And the third one, we had originally budgeted the broadband grant under a general ECD, but we need to budget that specifically to the library. Again, that's an audit specification, but it is being cost centered, so it should be identified.
Questions on page? Hearing none, move on.
Okay, page 4, this is where we get into either new monies or grants. First one, this is the May election. If you all recall, we talked about this when we passed the 25-26 budget. We didn't want to do it unless we knew it was definitely going to happen. Looks like there is going to happen, but it is going to be reimbursed. The other state revenues up there is covering, his estimate right now from Daniel Carrigo is roughly $37,000. And then you can see on the right side all the different expenses that he expects to have with that election.
So the state is going to reimburse.
They will, yeah. He will put all the expenses together and they should reimburse 100%. The second one, this is the county clerk asking to move some of her reserve funds from $5,000 into office equipment to upgrade her credit card machine. The third one is the sheriff's office. This is the normal THSO grant they have every year. We're just putting it into the budget. They've got $14,000 to spend. And those are line items that's for patrol officers, for security pay they do at LBL. I'm sorry, THSO, that's the, they do that with road stops with alcohol, etc. The jail is the Fourth Amendment on the thing, that is $9,000. That's the Toletta cost sharing grant that is moving $9,000 into their budget to be used specifically. They have to use it on travel or in service training, staff development. And then the last one on the list is just insurance recovery, $14,000 going towards garage to repair and ambulance damage that we had.
Questions on page 4?
Yeah, hopefully. Tell me that number 2 there.
The county clerk,
Yeah, the credit card machine.
well, I can't really speak to the credit card machine itself, it's not, you might want to speak to that.
It's just our, right now what we have is just the basic, we take your card and you swipe it. We don't have the ones that have the pin pad out front. And the ones that we have right now are actually not compliant anymore. And so our software vendor is giving us new ones. But rather than just getting the basic ones, I want to upgrade a little bit more to where it's got Tap and Apple Pay and all that stuff. They'll still be out front. We never have to touch the customer's credit card. Right now, we have to take it from them and swipe it. And I won't have to do that.
No.
Okay, page 5.
Page 5, on the first one is, this is the annual EMS supplements. It started last year where the state now gives them a supplement as well. So they are paying us $11,200 that will be dispersed to all eligible EMS employees. The second one is a new grant this year. It's 100% grant funded. It is called the Essential Equipment Grant, where they're giving us just over $30,000, and that is to be used specifically on health equipment. And the third one, this is our opiate money. There was a change to the original budget finance one I sent out. The first one was already on there, the $500 being allocated, recommendations coming from the opiate committee, $500 going to the Stewart County Alliance for Substance and Abuse Prevention. The other two that were added is the $40,000 and the $52,000 that you see on the right there. That came out of a meeting that the opiate committee held late last week on the 2nd of April, and they are asking that $40K go to the Child Advocacy Center for the 23rd Judicial District, and then $52K is being requested to be used for community AEDs.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't know what it stands for, I was gonna ask for it.
It's on there, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's like cardiac monitor defibrillator, is that correct? Yeah. Okay, and the fourth one is tourism money. This is, we basically, you've noticed our LED sign's been out for quite some time. We've been looking to try to replace that, so we gained some quotes and then we had to run an official bid because it was gonna be over $25,000. We initially sent out 3 bid specs. We had 4 others contact our office. So there were 7 different companies that were doing bid specs and only 1 bid. And that bid came in just under $50,000 to replace the one out front. So that is the cost to do it. We can take it out of our tourism reserve money, so it's not going to come from tax dollars as far as property tax dollars, sales tax, etc. But that is the request there on that one.
Any questions?
I'm okay with allocating that $50,000, but we're gonna keep on digging into that. It just seems like it's over the amount, and she's right. We put out, even the office sent out some stuff. We just didn't get any bids back. I don't know about y'all. Am I thinking wrong? 50,000 sounds too much for that?
That's
Pretty high. Sign 2 years ago at the ballpark was 30,000. A brand new sign.
The original one that was put up when this center was built, what, 2009, 2010, it was just under 30. So that was
I'm not shocked.
I'm
not shocked about it.
it.
Nobody. No, we just got an estimate on one 2 years ago. We had a gentleman in the community said he would sponsor putting it up once we got all of our electricity and stuff handled down there. So we got
get the sponsor.
no, exactly.
And this one is supposed to have a little bit more technology from talking with Andy. It's like right now, if you want to change that before it went out, we literally had to have a person physically walk out to the machine, program on the machine with their card, with their flash drive, and come back. Now you can do it remotely, and the graphics are supposed to be a lot better, et cetera. I mean, I'm not saying 50 grand's a nice number, just trying to
Yeah, I
give
think
the
it was
facts.
positive for to allocate the money, but because contracts still got to come back before you guys anyways. So I think the allocation is great. We want to keep on working and see. I'm going to make some phone calls when I get ahead and find out if that's in the ballpark or not. It sounds. They really only got one. They really only got one back out of 10 or whatever.
Do you think you can rebid it?
Well, if we, I want to look at rebidding it both ways. What that's fixing is simply the electronics on that board. I don't know about you guys, that's not a very appealing, menu board, I don't know what you call it, really. I don't, the backside to me looks like it's always missed a plain sense of the brand. Missed a number.
I agree.
So I want to make sure, number one, that's in the ballpark, and I'm guessing it probably is. I don't know, but I just got sticker shock. But then again, I want to make sure that can't get a more appealing.
Well, what's the newest one that the school system got?
Like Mr. Quinn said there, but I can tell you, they were probably all up to $30,000.
Yeah, 27, I think, is the most expensive one we've got. They're not quite as big as that sound.
And I understand it's double-sided. I understand there's some complexities. What I'm saying is it may have cost more for us to put new material in there than it will to get a better. And at the time, that was great. That's 16 years ago. Okay. So, but I think the allocation of funds, you got to get the contract anyway, so that's not going to hinder this.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Page 6, these two budget amendments are actually in the county commission packet that you all received. They have a resolution before them, so they're sort of going ahead here, but if those resolutions are approved tonight by county commission, then these are the two amendments that will go with them. These were all basically allocated in the last meeting by vote with the TBA monies, but this is doing basically all the paperwork. So I'll go through it. The first one, that is using current 25-26 TBA funds and the remaining ones that we had from the prior year. And the 4 items there is the $20,000, that's for the Veteran Memorial that was approved last meeting. The $50,000 for the fire prevention. It was a vehicle for fire prevention. The $100,000 is for emergency shelters, and then Cumberland City Road and Infrastructures was $250,000. So that's what makes up the $420,000. The second one, that was the last one that was approved in the last meeting. That was $250,000 towards the highway, and that will be a transfer out. And audit did want me to make sure clear because you all allocate tax levy to the highway when you do the budget. This is simply, as I wrote here, a redistribution of the prior 24-25 TBA impact funds from the county general fund to the highway fund for repair use, if approved.
Any questions on 6?
Page 7, this is another one that has a resolution that goes with it, and I'll explain this a little bit. The EMS basically entered into a sweepstakes, contacted my office and said, well, we won, we have $40,000, we won. So of course it sounded too good to be true. So we started digging, I started contacting state audit, etc. But all in all, we've done everything by the book with what state audit had requested. They asked that we get the terms and conditions, which are laid out in the resolution that you'll see. It has to be used specifically for Zoll Xenix monitors. So that's the quote we have coming from Zoll. The other thing that audit said is, they've seen other counties with strings attached, which of course was our concern. So we went through all the paperwork and then we followed up to have something in writing from both SAVIC and from Zoll directly that said, in writing that there's no obligation to the county outside of this. And in the quote, you can see itself, there's no ongoing maintenance fee. There is a 4-year service plan fee that Greg has in there proposed, a little over the $40,000. And he could speak to it more, but we're paying a service plan to somebody every year for these equipment. So you have to pay it. He'd rather just do it up front with inflation costs, get it now, and then that way it's covered for at least 4 years. So, but that's where it is. Like I said, there's a number of pages in the county commission packet that have all the details on this. If anybody has any questions?
You need to explain that to the rest of the commission too. I asked him, I said, what the heck is this sweepstakes or something?
That's the same thing I said when it came to
Have a county raffle or?
That's 31.
Page 8 is General Capital Projects Fund. This is during that recent ice storm. We had a lot of insurance claims. Some of them were approved. The roof damage to the EMS was not, and the reason is because it's the original roof. I'm not validating what insurance said. I'm just trying to relay the information, but it basically is the original roof that was with the building. It was not covered, so we are going to have to, we've got lots of leaks going on there right now. That roof dates back to 40+ years old. So, we're looking to upgrade that. We got quotes for the roof, the gutters, and the painting, which we can do all of that just below 85,000. So we can take that out of the capital
It's
projects.
about as bad as any place I ever slept.
That's what that one is.
And you went.
Yeah, the highway, I can speak to it quickly. This is just their other side of that 250,000 if approved for the TVA impact. That's where they're putting it into asphalt hot mix.
And next,
The First Amendment is a new grant. It's a tutoring grant, and this is just the appropriation to spend that money. And the second one is an existing special ed pre-K grant, and we're just moving some unexpended salary money into benefits and supplies and materials.
have any questions for him on that? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Is there anything else that comes before this committee? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
Second.
We stand adjourned.